Hi everyone on YouTube. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. So I'm bringing you with me as I'm stitching a little bit here on this abstract form, and I'm going to show you these forms close up after we do a little bit of sashiko stitching. I'm doing freestyle stitching, but I'm just doing the consistent running stitch. Okay, so I'm going to put this down so you can see. Right here is what I'm working on. And I left the fringes on this scrap piece because I thought they'd be a nice little addition to the abstract piece. And I'm just running along and I'm doing my stitching, getting these pieces on nice and secure, so then I can come back and I can take a really good look at them. And once they're secure, as I go along these edges, then I can start thinking a little bit more about the design of the freestyle stitching that I'm going to use. I mean, I could put French knots, I could put crosses, I could put grids, I can do just some sashiko stitching. Now I'm turning this all the way around, and I'm just going to go along here and get this piece secure. And then I'm going to show you what these pieces look like and see what you come up with. I would love you to share with me what you see. And what forms do you see? What does your perception of them relate to? And I'm sure people will have different varying views. Now, as I go along with this piece, after I get all the edges done, then I will be coming back around to all the pieces and focusing on the shibori effect, creating a shibori effect, creating more designs, maybe adding more, building it with more fabrics. And see, I take my pins out as I go along. Some projects I don't even put the pins in, but this is a big project and I'm moving this around constantly, so I definitely want to keep everything in place. And I use a little less than an arm length for thread because I don't want it to be getting tangled. I want to be able to use it easily. I want to be able to pull these stitches through easily. And I do freestyle. So if you're focusing on a very specific design for your sashiko stitching and you're doing repetitive, well, you may want to use longer threads, of course, but if you're at that level, then you're probably pretty comfortable with the amount of threads that you're using to do your stitching. See, and I consider this half done. I really do, because, I mean, not halfway. What I mean is when I outline any form, I consider it half done. Some people, you can actually consider that done. You can do your edges and you can let your fabric breathe and be the dominant factor in your design. You do not have to come back through like I'm doing and creating a whole nother design within that fabric. You do not have to do that. So now what I'm going to do, I want to hold this up because I want to show you. I went on TikTok and I did the second design. I still have more designs to do. So I imagine the next few Now a piece of fabric fell. I don't know if that was secured on. So I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to show you the first figure. You can see we just stitched this part. Now for me, I see a head, I see a body, dress, like an arm. And I kind of did that on purpose but what I'm doing, challenging myself a little bit as I go along, is I want to connect the next abstract piece. And I showed you this. This is, thought it was going to be a person, and it comes out to me, looks like a mushroom or a tree. Now here's the next piece that is not sewed on yet. Here it is right here. It is pinned on. Let's see if you can see you see the whole piece of it? It's kind of hard to show you. When it's sewn on, it will be a little clearer. What I'm trying to do consciously is create different forms of people in different cultures. And so I want diversity to pop out. But I'm not saying to myself, I'm not manipulating it to the point where it has to be this specific person. I'm taking culture, I'm taking the fabrics that I have and I'm letting them create the forms. I'm using what I have to create a form, and I want them to be all different. So, but on the same base, with the same backgrounds of fabric. So, anyway, I hope that inspires you a little bit. That's kind of how I'm going along. And these are going to look so much different as we go. So, but this is how I'm going to continue all of my pieces today, is I'm outlining them. And then in the next clip, I probably show you a few more of these abstracts, and we'll do a little bit more sashiko stitching. And you know, when this is complete, I think what I'm going to do is a backing for a back to front, So it has a nice hem going all around and showcasing it. So anyway, so I hope that gives you some ideas, and you have fun this weekend. Let me know how it goes. I know some of you are working on other projects, like the mushroom project, and some other things that you just wanted to try and have fun with. And I'm so happy that you're doing that. And it takes time. All of that stuff, all of this takes time, the creative process, and it's about practicing, because as you practice, certain techniques of the skill become super duper easy, and then you're able to focus more and more on your creative process, on the images that you want to bring out. So anyway, you have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for being with me.